Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the heart of Wakanda to uncover the incredible story of one of the most iconic and groundbreaking heroes, the Black Panther. This isn't just a story about a superhero in a cool suit. It's a saga of legacy, leadership, and a nation hidden from the world. So grab your popcorn and let's journey into the world of T'Challa. Our story begins not with T'Challa, but with his ancestors, long, long ago. A massive meteorite, composed of a unique, sound-absorbing, and virtually indestructible metal, crashed into the heart of Africa. This metal was vibranium, and it would forever change the destiny of the 5 tribes that settled around the impact crater. These tribes were often at war, until a warrior shaman named Bashenga had a vision. Guided by the panther goddess Bast, he was led to a heart-shaped herb, a plant mutated by the vibranium radiation. By consuming this herb, Bashenga was granted superhuman strength, speed, and senses. He became the first Black Panther and the first king of a unified nation, a nation that would become known as Wakanda. He united 4 of the 5 tribes, with the Jabari tribe choosing to isolate themselves in the mountains, maintaining their own traditions. Under the rule of the Black Panther, Wakanda used its vibranium wealth not for conquest, but for advancement. They became the most technologically advanced nation on Earth, a shining beacon of innovation, all while hidden from the outside world behind a sophisticated cloaking field. The mantle of the Black Panther, along with the throne of Wakanda, was passed down from generation to generation. Each new ruler had to prove their worth through ritual combat and then consume the heart-shaped herb to gain the Panther's powers. This brings us to T'Chaka, T'Challa's father. He was a wise and just king who ruled during a tumultuous period. He knew the outside world was full of greed and conflict, and he fiercely protected Wakanda's isolationist policy to safeguard his people and their precious vibranium. However, the world wouldn't stay away forever. A black market arms dealer and physicist named Ulysses Klaue managed to infiltrate Wakanda, seeking to plunder its vibranium. In the ensuing conflict, T'Chaka was tragically killed by Klaue, who then escaped with a small amount of the precious metal. This event left a young T'Challa without a father and set him on a path of vengeance and responsibility. Though he was the heir, T'Challa was still too young to rule. His uncle, Sian, took on the role of Black Panther and regent, guiding the nation while T'Challa grew into the man he was destined to be. T'Challa didn't just stay in Wakanda. He traveled the world, studying at the most prestigious universities like Oxford and mastering various martial arts. He was preparing himself not just to be a king, but to be a protector who understood the world beyond Wakanda's borders. Upon his return, the time came for T'Challa to claim his birthright. He challenged his uncle in ritual combat for the throne. It was a respectful but intense battle, and T'Challa emerged victorious. He then consumed the heart-shaped herb, connecting with the panther goddess Bast and gaining the incredible powers of the Black Panther. His senses sharpened, his strength magnified, and his speed became almost supernatural. He was now King T'Challa, the protector of Wakanda. One of his first missions as the new Black Panther was to hunt down Ulysses Klaue, the man who had murdered his father. This quest tested him in every way, forcing him to confront his own desire for revenge versus his duty as a king. It was a journey that solidified his character, teaching him that justice is more important than vengeance. He eventually brought Klaue to justice, but it was just the beginning of his challenges. T'Challa's reign marked a pivotal moment for Wakanda. He began to question the nation's centuries-old policy of isolation. He saw a world in need and knew that Wakanda's knowledge and resources could make a real difference. This was a radical idea that was met with resistance from many, including his close friend and head of border security, Wakabi. They feared that opening up would expose Wakanda to the same greed and conflict that had plagued the rest of the planet. This internal conflict came to a head with the arrival of a challenger nobody expected, his own cousin, N'Jadaka, who went by the name Killmonger. Eric was the son of T'Chaka's brother, N'Jobu, who had been sent as a spy to America. N'Jobu had witnessed the suffering of people of African descent around the world and believed Wakanda should use its power and weapons to liberate them. When T'Chaka discovered his brother's radical plans, it led to a confrontation that ended with N'Jobu's death. T'Chaka, in a moment of panic, abandoned young Eric in Oakland, California, an orphan with a secret royal lineage. Eric grew up with a burning hatred for the system that oppressed his people and for the Wakandan royal family that had abandoned him. He became a Black Ops soldier, a master tactician, and a ruthless killer, all with one goal in mind: to claim the throne of Wakanda and use its technology to wage a global revolution. Killmonger arrived in Wakanda with the body of Ulysses Klaue as a token, revealing his true identity and challenging T'Challa for the throne in ritual combat. In a shocking turn of events, Killmonger defeated T'Challa, seemingly killing him by throwing him over a waterfall. He then consumed the heart-shaped herb and became the new king, the new Black Panther. His first order was to burn the entire garden of the heart-shaped herb, ensuring that no one could challenge him in the same way. He prepared Wakanda's advanced weaponry for shipment to operatives around the world, ready to start a global war. But T'Challa was not dead. He was found, comatose, by the Jabari tribe, who had rescued him. He was healed by the last remaining heart-shaped herb, which had been saved by his love, Nakia. Revitalized and with his powers restored, T'Challa returned to challenge Killmonger, not just for the throne, but for the very soul of Wakanda. The final battle was epic. T'Challa, backed by his sister Shuri, the Dora Milaje, and a surprising alliance with M'Baku and the Jabari tribe, fought against Killmonger and his followers. The fight was a mirror match. Two Black Panthers, two men with claims to the throne, fighting for two vastly different visions of Wakanda's future. Ultimately, T'Challa managed to defeat Killmonger. But in his final moments, he showed him the Wakandan sunset he had always dreamed of seeing. Killmonger chose to die a free man rather than be imprisoned, a tragic end for a man forged by pain and abandonment. This intense conflict changed T'Challa forever. He saw the truth in some of Killmonger's arguments about Wakanda's responsibility to the world. He realized that hiding in the shadows was no longer an option. True to his new vision, T'Challa went before the United Nations. In a historic speech, he revealed Wakanda's true nature to the world, ending centuries of isolation. He promised to share Wakanda's knowledge and technology to help build a better future for all humanity. And so, the story of the Black Panther evolved. He was no longer just the king of a hidden nation, but a global leader and a symbol of hope. He became a key member of the Avengers, fighting alongside Earth's mightiest heroes to protect the planet from cosmic threats like Thanos. Through it all, he remained a king first, always balancing his duties to his people with his responsibilities as a hero. The story of the Black Panther is a powerful tale about heritage, the burden of leadership, and the struggle between tradition and progress. It's a story that challenges us to think about our own place in the world and our responsibility to one another. T'Challa's journey from a prince seeking revenge to a wise king, building bridges, is one of the most compelling arcs in modern storytelling. Wakanda Forever isn't just a catchphrase, it's a promise of a brighter, more connected future. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the legacy of the Black Panther. What's your favorite Black Panther moment? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another story from our favorite fictional worlds. Until next time.